Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue and I am back for another girlfriends review, y'all. My girlfriends, they're through thick and thin. My girlfriends, they're for anything. My girlfriends. Okay, listen. I love y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, episode 9 of Girlfriends is the Thanksgiving episode, right? Y'all know Joan always has the Thanksgiving, Christmas get-togethers at her house, okay? She's very festive about it all. But this year, everybody else has plans. So they're not going to be coming to her house for Thanksgiving. So she goes down to Davis's restaurant and has her old lonely-ass Thanksgiving dinner. She runs into Kelsey Grammer while she's there, who is the executive producer on the show. Shout out to Kelsey Grammer for giving us such a great show. But yes, Joan is sitting her lonely ass at the bar eating this Thanksgiving dinner, talking to Davis when Preston C. Hall, another very famous lawyer, shows up and sits next to her. He's played by Dwayne Martin. Old slick ass slickster. Old snake ass snake. But I digress. He sits down next to Joan and she has to let him know that she's a miss and not a missus. And he says, oh yes, I'm not married as well. There's some flirtation. And for some reason, I guess because Davis knew him and because he's kind of high profile, she felt comfortable inviting a man who she had just met to her house to cook fried turkey, of which she had never heard of before they mentioned it in conversation just then. I was just kind of like, Joan, the thirst, honey. You don't know him. You've never made a fried turkey. Why lie and say you can make one? You know what I'm saying, you guys? Is it just me? It's not just me. But fried turkey does sound good. I'm definitely going to have to get Christmas catered. Christmas is going to get catered, y'all. I might make one thing and purchase everything else. True tea. But y'all know I'll vlog about it for Christmas on my Relax with Blue channel. Okay? I haven't been vlogging because I've been sick, but I'm going to get back on it, I promise. So yes, Joan and Preston C. Hall are going to go back to her house for fried turkey. Now, Davis is still feeling Joan, but he isn't ready for what Joan is ready for. So he's cock blocking. He's going to show up to Joan's with all the food and, like I said, continue to cock block. Joan and Preston rub a raw turkey together and they try to kick Davis out, but just as Davis is walking out of the door, Maya shows up, okay? Apparently her mother-in-law did not mention her name in the prayer and she got pissed off and came over to Joan's house. Maya and Davis take over frying the turkey, which is the funniest shit, okay? Okay, they knew to take it outside. It still started a fire eventually, but damn it, they knew to take it outside. Joan had no idea. She thought she was gonna fry that turkey in a skillet. Preston and Joan are about to cozy up when William gets there. Apparently, he took some Dramamine and missed all of the flights back home to see his mama for the holidays. Then Lynn shows up because she tried to feed the homeless and they kept trying to feed her. In all fairness, Lynn definitely looks a little dirty and homeless when she comes into the house. Just saying. I don't know what she was doing, but she looked like she had a little dirt on her face. I was like, you do look homeless, sis. How about we shower or something before we go? As not to confuse anyone. Preston tries to leave at this point because the night he thought he was going to have with Joan is just not happening. But Joan gets him to stay when she gets splashed by turkey grease when Maya drops the turkey down into the pot. Preston tends to her wounds and then Tony's ass shows up babbling about how her country ass family are just too damn country for her. Then the turkey catches the whole patio on fire. Everybody freaks out. No one, does what they supposed to do, which is stays calm. Tony calls 911, but nobody can remember the address. And William's big ass stop, drops, and rolls. After the fire is put out and the turkey seems to be good enough to put on plates and hand out to everyone as they leave, Maya decides that that fire was a sign of renewal and she and Darnell are going to renew their vows. Now, this would have been the perfect time to do whatever Joan and Preston thought they were going to do before all her friends decided to show their ass up to her house, okay? But instead, they just say goodbye. And then Kelsey Grammer calls with a therapist suggestion for Joan because he could already tell with only 3 minutes of talking to her that she needs therapy. Yes, definitely. Why not bump with Preston C. Hall once you've been been through all of this? Like, I'm sorry, but we would have hunched. Okay, especially if I was feeling him like that, like she seems to have been feeling him enough to bring him to her house after only knowing him for a few hours. Even if we wasn't gonna go on another date, we was gonna hunch. I'm just saying, I'm single. You're already here. I have condoms. But anyway, you guys, let's move on to episode 10, shall we? So Joan is planning Maya's vow renewal. Yes, we know last episode Maya said that fire with the turkey was a sign of renewal. So we renewing these vows. The vow renewal is supposed to be at Joan's house. So now Joan has taken on ownership of the wedding. And it's sad and depressing. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. It's basically what Joan is going through. She's trying to take over Maya's wedding as if it's her own. So y'all know Maya, she's down home. She's a little, city country. She wants to wear purple crushed velvet to the wedding. You know what I'm saying? Not her bridesmaids, but still, whatever. Her aunt wants to make the cake. Her mom wants to sew the dresses. It is a family affair. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. If y'all don't know nothing about that Sly and the Family Stone, I don't know what to tell you, honey. Okay? Yes, Joan is being hella high-strung about the whole situation. She's even offering to pay for the wedding just so she can continue to control everything about the wedding, okay? She's shooting down all of Maya's ideas because Maya says she wants to stand in a circle of love, her whole family surrounding she and Darnell. And, Joan is like, honey, a circle with pound cake. And it's just kind of like, yeah, Joan, that's what Maya want to do. Get your own damn wedding. Okay? I was really annoyed with Joan this episode. Okay? Because I feel like there's nothing wrong with the things that Maya wanted. Now, I'm not going to lie. I would have definitely preferred the chocolate raspberry ganache, cake over pound cake. And that's just because I don't like pound cake like that. But a bitch loves a strawberry raspberry ganache situation. Okay? Damn, I miss Sucre. Maya, who is so moved by Joan being a part of the festivities, she asked her to be a bridesmaid. Okay, now we have to have a moment where Joan is grateful for the love, but sad that always a bridesmaid, never a bride. So Maya invites Joan over to her house, and after 10 episodes, this is the first time that Joan has ever been to Maya's place. Not only does she have to give her the directions, she also has to give her the dress code because Joan wants to know, are there any colors that she should wear? Like, have you never seen Maya come to work in red or blue? Like, come on now, just stop being ignorant. Tony and Lynn go to Davis's restaurant for lunch, and the conversation is sparked about black men only checking for white women once they've made it. Tony's like, why would you pass up all of this to get with that fat white girl? And Lynn was like, she looks pregnant, Tony. It's like, see, you want to try to be the pappy to somebody else's child when you can have me and I ain't got no kids? Yeah, it was probably his baby, Tony, is what Lynn was trying to say. But Lynn makes sure to point out that if black men didn't like white women, she wouldn't even be here. Okay, listen. Y'all, this conversation is so touchy because here's the thing. I don't see anything wrong with interracial relationships when they are based off of real love. Not when they are based off of fetishizing or when you actually are racist and think you've married the different black person out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a fan of men who date or marry white women because they feel as if they are better than black women. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that at all. I think that's highly disrespectful and a product of racism. But ultimately, Tony doesn't have any nerve to talk because just a few episodes ago, she was turning down the black millionaire because he was too chocolatey for her because she didn't want to have chocolatey kids. You know what I'm saying? It's very obnoxious, especially since she also dates white men. So it's like, really? You're the one who wants to have this conversation? But I did think it was funny when she was like, child, I had to date a white man. She took my man. I was like, child, good argument. Touche. William comes in and becomes a part of this conversation. And he says what I hear a lot of, goofy black men say is that black women aren't checking for them. And I'm like, that is so not true. But I feel like the black women who are checking for y'all aren't checking for those black women. Y'all want to date out of y'all range. Okay? No, you need to date you a geeky bitch that's just like you instead of always trying to date out of your, out of your range. You want an 8, 9, and a 10 because you got money when really when it comes to looks, your ass is a 5. No disrespect with the ratings, because I don't really believe in that. But just saying, men think about things in those same terms. So let me break it down for you so you can understand. He also says that white women think he's cool just because he's black. And I'm like, see, fetishizing. Joan gets to Maya's house for the dress fitting, and she is not a fan of the crushed velvet dress. The purple crushed velvet dress with the iridescent purple see-through, little cape kind of cover up that's on top of that. She wasn't really a fan of it. And then she makes a comment about, wanting the wedding to be tasteful, which really gets Maya upset, and Miss Jeanette. Everybody really that loves Maya felt offended for her, because it's like, why? Because what I like is different from what you like. Yours is tasteful and mine is not. That's the problem. That you think because what I like is different, that means it's less than. But here's the thing. I think for a lot of people who have been exposed to a lot, they feel like because I've been exposed to a lot, my taste is different. If you were exposed to the same amount of things, you would feel the same way I do. But in essence, that is not necessarily true. She could see a whole bunch of different fabrics and still decide that lavender crushed velvet is what she wanted, okay? Because I've seen a lot of people with money make terrible, tacky choices, i.e. Mary and some of the other people on Real Housewives. Maya gets so damn aggravated with Joan, she tells her not to come to the wedding. She's like, the wedding is at my house. Not anymore, bitch. It's at my house now. And then Miss Jeanette kicks Joan out. So Joan goes home to complain to Tony and Lynn about Maya not being appreciative of everything she's trying to do for her. And it's like, first of all, nobody asked you to pay for shit. Nobody asked you for all of your input. You decided to give that. Okay, so once nobody asked you for it, you can't tell me about how I'm not appreciative of some shit I didn't ask for. Okay, Lynn tells her that it's Maya's dream wedding and not hers, and it needs to be about Maya, not Joan. Okay, they tell her that she needs to apologize. So at work the next day, she calls herself apologizing to Maya for imposing her vision on Maya's wedding and says, can we just, get past this and make the best of this wedding? And the way it sounded, it was just like, yeah, so the wedding is still not going to be what you think it should be, but let's just make the best of it. No. So Maya goes off on her and calls her classist and egregious for feeling that way. And she was like, yes, bitch, I know those big words as well. And she goes off about how she is tired of having to teach Sediddy white people and now Sediddy black people about what's so great about being where she comes from. Joan feels like she's just trying to help her just like any other time that she's done something for Maya, including giving Maya the shirt on her back right now. So Maya takes the shirt off and tells her she can take her shirt and shove it up her ass, but you ain't gonna continue to make me feel less than because we see things differently and I come from Compton and you come from wherever the hell you come from. Fresno? Maya says, I was a full person before I met you, Joan, okay? And you may not understand this, but I am rich in other ways. The fact that my family is going to be there for me. My mom is making the dresses. My aunt wants to make the cake. That's love, okay? That is love. And it's not something I see your Sediddy ass having, okay? Shit, at least I got a man. You better tell her, Maya. I was so here for Maya going off on her in that moment. So they have the wedding in Maya's hot ass apartment. And it's cute until Joan shows up in the dress to apologize. Maya forgives her. They have their moment in front of everyone and then they start the wedding over. That's the best part about an informal wedding, is that they can start over when annoying ass friends show up to apologize. And it was really cute. And in all honesty, I totally understood why Maya wanted it the way she did. It's all about love and about your family supporting you. and her family was there to support her and show her love, and they were protective of her when need be, and they were also open to her friend when it was time for her to forgive her friend, because Miss Jeanette is the one that gave Joan the dress in order for her ass to show up. She was like, she wore me down with all of those lawyer words, girl. But really, I think that, you know, she understands that Joan made a mistake, but Joan loves Maya. Also, Tony and Lynn were playing wing women to William so that he can get him a black woman, and he actually did. And he consistently gets black women since, you know, from this moment on. So I just kind of feel like it's about finding a black woman that's into you versus feeling like just because the ones you like don't like you, that, you know, you should shun and be like, you know, fuck all black women. I just feel like that's an inner self-hate issue more than anything else. And it's not our responsibility to fix that for you. So that's why whenever there are black men that try to come at black women and say, oh, this is why I'm with a white woman, we always say a white woman could have your sorry ass. Okay, shout out to Waiting to Exhale, which came out 25 years ago today. Okay, a white woman could have your sorry ass because no black woman wants to be with a self-hating black man. It's not even attractive to us. Okay, but anyway, y'all, that was Girlfriends. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to Relax with Blue, which is my secondary channel, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Mwah!